Hello, everyone. Excuse me, guys. Forgive me. I am coming down with the sickness. So forgive me if my voice is a bit torn today and I'm coughing a little bit and sniffling. So, excuse me. I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are excited for the new teaser that's came out today. Excuse me. What if this was Fire Fist? This is a very high time. This might be Fire Fist. I'm getting sick. Yeah, it's because it's sick season, so it's like, you know, getting sick is really is common. So thank you guys. I appreciate the kind words. Appreciate the kind words. I'll get better. It just takes time. As per everything, chat. Life advice to you all. Time heals everything, including sickness. So just thug it out, bro. You know what I mean? I'm always sick. No, it's just because it's really cold. It's like harsh winter right now. And my body is just not liking it. Like it's not. Normally I don't get sick that much. I'm actually pretty good against sickness, but you know, I guess just, I don't know, something, maybe a bug or something, who knows. Can I get 300 lunacy for this bug? Like, who knows? Anyway, so welcome guys, obviously, to another Limbus day. However, this is special, because as you can see, yes, LCB Dimension Shredder, Yi-Sang Identity. What do I mean by this? Well, I literally mean by the, well, like literally, actually, like it's on the chin. Let me boop. Here it is. This is a very bright version, so forgive your eyes if you've been flashbang, because obviously I want you guys to see the details of everything here. But as you can see, it's Yi-Sang. LCB, no LCE. Sorry, not LCB. I got it wrong. It's LCE. LCB. LCE, my bad. LCB is bus department. I don't know why. I get it, because I was thinking LCB checkup. So, it's not LCB checkup. As you can see, we have Yi-Sang. And as you can see, we have the tendrils of the Wayward passenger. We have the mark of, I think that's training department, or some department. My eyes. And we have dialogue, and we have Yi-Sang. It is Yi-Sang. I really thought it would be Honglu. This is standard unit. This is actually a seasonal. Funnily enough, this is a seasonal. As you can see here, it does say season. So crazy prediction. Yes. Okay. Let's address the elephant in the room. Because yesterday, we were talking about the IDs. And you know, y'all, we were having discussions, and we said this, and we said might be a syndicate, or it might be a rupture unit. And I'm proud to announce that yesterday, and for a while now, I have been talking about this, okay? I'm not gonna glaze myself, but I'm gonna glaze a little bit. I have been talking about this, and I said for yesterday that my prediction was going to be a Wayward passenger charge rupture identity. However, I said it was going to be for Honglu, because Honglu has Wayward passenger, and he hasn't had a charge rupture ID, or Mersault. I said Mersault or Honglu. I got the character wrong. However, I did not get the identity wrong. It is Wayward passenger, which I think is a fire-ass fucking pick. I'm sure a lot of people found it unexpected. To give you guys some reprieve, imagine this as the Fire Fist. Okay, this is the Fire Fist. He had the older ego. That is true. He has the older ego. Do you think he'll get a buff from the ego? He might. Who knows? It'll probably be more like AEDD Gregor, where like he'll have a unique bonus with the passive. So this is seasonal. Also, it's kind of like Fire Fist. Fire Fist was also seasonal. So just imagine something like that. And, yeah. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. Let's have a read. before we move on. Though wandering was overlong, I have at last reached the destination. Yet naught but this abject quiet welcomes my arrival. I doubt this terminus is truly the endpoint I was bound for. Perhaps I am indeed lost. So bro is somewhere. He's obviously traveling in the, you know, he's doing some traveling, it looks like. But yes, he is going to be charge rupture. Most definitely. You read it like that. It's a lot harder for you guys to read because it's you have a smaller screen, but because I have a bigger screen, he's Zoro. Because I have a bigger screen, I can obviously see it a bit better. So yeah, that's the reason, which is very nice. And again, if you don't know who this is referencing, here she is. Here is the creature wearing the Wayward passenger ego. As you can see, we have the tendrils. We have the same armband. By the way, you can see it is the same armband. That is the exact same armband. And we have the tendrils here. You can see the tendrils coming down and the blue seat. And this is most likely going to be a charge rupture identity, which most likely means...
Do you think this is Martin since he's Yi-sang?
Yo, first of all, thank you so much for the support. Second, do I think this is Martin since he is Yi-sang? No, I don't think this is Martin. I don't believe this is Martin. No, it's not Sora. I'm just showing Sora wearing the ego gear. It's not actually Sora. I'm just showing off the Wayward passenger ego gear because this is where we saw it first. Right, like we saw the Dimension Shredder ego gear. Is it based on Ravi? No. I don't think this is based on Ravi, and let me explain why. Ravi was a clerk. Ravi did not have ego gear. The person that Sora killed in her Uptie story, in Dawn Uptie story, was a agent, and that is who Sora, the item that the ego gear that Sora wore. Ravi was a clerk. He did not have ID. He did not have an ego gear. So I don't think this is Ravi. I think this is actually just another LCE identity, essentially. Now, here's the thing. It's not Martin. I don't think so. Obviously, the only other charge rupture identity that Yi-sang has is, you know, W Corp. So we'll be seeing how this contends with W Corp. Maybe it has the Dimension Rift status effect. Is it going to be charge focused or is it going to be rupture focused? Because as you guys know, W Corp is more rupture focused, I would say. I would argue that W Corp is probably more rupture focused. So this could be more charge focused. This might have potency, for instance, so... It also could be Ravi upscale. It could, but I don't think it is. I don't recognize. This is Yi-sang. He also is losing his mind. Also, this is also a trend for Yi-sang identities. As you guys know, Yi-sang has another identity where he is losing his mind, which is N-Corp, you know, De Freischütz, or De Fluschütz, sorry. He is not replacing my Uma. Uma! I think it's charge. I think it is. I think it's going to be charge more than rupture. I think he might have the unique rupture effect. Like, for instance, by the way. Well, hold on. Now that we have this, I can just open up. And we can just look at the ego itself. And then, you know, have a little... Excuse me. Looking in the boogie here. As you can see, we have the Dimension Shredder ego. Dimension Rift. Yeah, Dimension Shredder. Spend charge count, deal more damage. If charge count was spent, inflict 5 Dimension Rift. Deal pride damage equal to target's rupture of damage and reduce the rupture count by 5. Fuck me. I literally forgot. I forget that this does that. Jesus, 5 rupture count. God damn, old Limbus. What do you want about? If this unit took no damage last turn, gain 4 charge count. On hit against an enemy that has a slower speed, inflict +1 rupture count. God damn. Forget how good this is, by the way. God damn. Oh, damn, it's goated. So anyway, obviously it's got to have probably some sort of pride in it. So maybe envy, pride, sloth, I guess. I don't really. Maybe gluttony. Gluttony, pride, envy, or something like that. I think it could have Dimensional Rift as a base. So he might inflict Dimensional Rift. Kind of like how... Actually, I don't think Otis does. No. Do any of them inflict dimensional rift? No, none of them inflict dimensional rift, but I could definitely see... did anyone hear about the Kano 10? Yes. So Kano 10 is being delayed to September. This is because Kim Ji-hoon is saying that he wants to make it Kano 10 even better. So it's being delayed. Is this standard banner? No. Guys, this is not a standard identity. This is a seasonal identity. You can tell it's seasonal because it has the seasonal tags at the top here. So this is going to be a part of the season. Which means no standard banner yet. Also, this means that Railway 2 most likely has this identity. So this is most likely the ID that comes out to Railway 2. Now, the reason that it is not standard, as we assumed, is because, well, the season's not ending. No reason to make a season apart from greed. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, the reason, it's simple. It's because the season isn't ending yet. So, guys, remember, we have another 4 weeks at least of seasons. Which means that there have to be at least 2 more seasonal identities. Then we have the standard identity. They're not going to drop 2 standard IDs in a row. They're only going to drop 1 standard ID. Right? So since the season is because the season is ending in September, what's going to happen is, you know, RD was not announced in patch notes after Team Spank. Yeah, oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, because it was not announced in patch notes, it is going to be after. So yeah, we will get standard ID through RR2 Bokak. Next week, we're probably going to get the patch notes for RR2. So yeah. Wait, no, we are going to get RR2 patch notes. What are we on about? Whoa, wait. No. We're definitely getting patch notes. We're definitely getting RR2 next week, chat. We're on Tuesday. The reason there was no patch notes, this doesn't come out till next week. Next week patch notes, we're definitely getting Railway 2. And that means we're probably going to get Railway teaser on Friday. So we're probably going to get the Railway 2 Bokak teaser on Friday. And then this will come out on Railway 2. Guys, because guess who's going to be there? Guess who was introduced in RR2 Bokak? Oh, guess who was introduced in RR2 was Wayward Passenger. Yeah. This is 100%. This is 100% game drop. Wayward Passenger was in RR2. So, what? Well, you know, they're going to be like, oh shit. Let's fucking slap in, you know, the identity. I think that makes the most sense. So this week is nothing. This week we don't have anything. This is a dead week, obviously. But next, well, no, dead. Actually, this is the jukebox update. This is the most important update of the year. But next week it's most likely R2 Bokak. So yeah, there you go. So that's going to be R2 Bokak with this year's song, probably most likely, which is going to be very, very cool. Also, as you can see, we also might be getting a Threadspin 5. Oh. There's no way they Threadspin 5 Dimension Shredder, right? This week was Sharon with the aux cord. You think I have the portals? Probably no. I'm gonna jinx it. Oops, sorry. It is not possible. I guess no. It is your song. Random researcher. Oh, this is the random the random employee. I mean, I knew, dude. Fourth match flame Rodion. Another Rodion upscale. I'm genuinely surprised I haven't dropped it yet. There's no way it's actually Dim Shred. I mean, to be fair, fourth match flame Ryoshu did get Threadspin 5, and that did not need Threadspin 5. So, this is people getting Ezra? Yes. I don't think they'll drop Ezra though, but this could be, you know, could be a retreat gimmick? He might have retreat stuff. In her regular attire. Don't bully her. She does got that shit on though. Is there 3 people with Dim Shred? There is 3, yes. There's Yi Song, Otis, and Hong Lu. I was thinking if this identity came out, it would go to Hong Lu personally. The reason I say that is because if we go over to Hong Lu and we look at his charge situation, you'll see that he has his only charge rupture is W Corp, which is a 2-star still. So I'm like, oh wow. So I thought maybe they would have given this to him, so then he could have had, you know, he would have had his ego, which would have been the Dim Shred ego. But it has gone to Yusong. So yeah, there you go. What do you guys think? You guys excited for this? Obviously, we have one. I'm trying to think. Fourth thing next week. Another, I want to say 2 seasonals, not including this one. So I think we have 2 more seasonals including this one. That's one. That's 2. Oh, no. Another 2 seasonals including this one. So this will be a seasonal, then we have another seasonal, and then we should have a standard. And that should be it. I'm excited. I'm excited too. Obviously, we also have... Why is there a delay again? It's delayed because Kim Ji-hoon said that he wants to delay it because he feels like it'll be... he can make it even better. He's very confident in it, so he says he wants to delay it. So obviously, we have, you know, the only other charge identity, rupture identity to compare to, which is W Corp Yusong, which I'm going to say this. I don't think W Corp Yusong is really a charge identity. I know he is, like, he has charge conditionals and stuff, but I would consider him more of a rupture ID. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really get anything from charge except for doing more rupture. So I feel like this Wayward Passenger is probably going to be potency, like charge potency, you know, more like how the R-Corp are, more like how the multi-crack are, like damage modifiers with that. So we have his skill 1, which is, you know, usual. Like he's obviously going to have rupture count, because he'll probably have the dimensional rift buff, which would be pretty cool. But obviously he's going up against John rupture count too, to be honest with you. So like 2 count on the skill 2, but the most important part is the skill 3 here, which is the inflicted dimensional rift. Which is like, damn. So he literally already does dimensional rift. Which I think he's the only W Corp ID that does dimensional rift, by the way. Could it be considered W Corp? I don't know. Maybe. But I think this is the only one that does inflict the only ID. So I think this is going to be like a Gregor version here. So you know, like Gregor has plus coin boost on his one, and then Edgar also has plus coin boost here. So it's like, you know, they're both syncing identities, and they both gain plus coin boost. I think this is probably going to be the same thing, where I would, you know, the W Corp, the Dimension Shredder identity inflicts Dimension Rift as well. Where did he say it's getting delayed? On a live stream. Did it on live stream, and he said, hey, I'm going to delay it by a month. Also, so that they can go to a Tokyo Game Fest. They might show it off at Tokyo Game Fest as well, so that'll be a big thing. Big rip. But yeah, so very excited. Very excited to see this. I'll just close this now. Oh, again, I did the damn thing. Suspect W Corps. Alright, well, I guess in honor of W Corp, we gotta run W Corp, chat. Well, how can we not, right? We gotta rock the W squad. Gotta do a full W Corp run. We're gonna get that all the charge rupture W Corp identities. We gotta slap him in on here. R2 Buckeye one should be next week. Should be next week. Will we get standard? No, we should get another 2 seasonals, including this one, and then one more. And then standard is always the last, no matter what. Maybe he can teleport like Philip. Maybe he can. Hard to say. Now I'm going to put LCE in here, but I'm not going to actually use him. Because this will be full only W Corp. W Corp only. And then I guess we'll bring... I don't know what to bring. Slash. Who has slash damage? You have slash damage, don't you? Now your bleed. Edgar, there we go. Family Butler.
Yo, Lunashi.
What are some future ego suits ideal would you want? Personally, I hope Heathcliff gets a bind suit.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. What are some future ego suit IDs that you would like to see personally? I hope Heathcliff gets a bind. That would be cool. I think I would like to see... So, obviously, I did say that, what do you call it? I did want I did want Wayward Passenger, because I was like, oh, we have it in the story. It makes the most sense. So I'm glad we got that extra one. I would like to see the Fairy Longlegs identity. Fairy Longlegs one from the sticking. So I would like to see that, because we already have the thing for it. And I think it would be really funny if they make an ID that's job is to get shot. He recorded himself doing it. He did a live stream. Right. What do I want? What do I want? John Deviat. Sure, buddy. All right. We're going to be only using W Corp today. So let's get that W. Ah, get it? I said W. Let's get that W, and yes, we will use Foul. What's this? This is Kurikomo. Let's go Lasso. I'm gonna take Command Meltdown. You never know. Debbie had Sinclair mentioned. Absolutely. I will take Electric Screaming. And I will do... What do you think of Mercer's lawyer? Surely, Don. I think it would be really funny if Heathcliff was the lawyer. Because it would be very funny if he was just like... If he had to be serious. But like... Everyone didn't... He's like the goofy lawyer. Like the Phoenix Wright. Screaming, Lasso... Obviously, Dim Shred. I'm gonna take Helpole, doing regular. We'll take Holiday for the bonus. You're just a backup, so you're fine. You're also just backup, so you can just be some healing stuff. You're also backup, so you're just gonna be healing as well. You never know when you could use a little bit of healing. However, Odism is going to be Dim Shred. And AED to Gregor, you are not a W Corp ID, so fortunately you stay. Okay. Let's do this. Like a Sora disguised as? Yes. Yes, I did. Also, who's the rental? Ah, stop. Onward! Strongest. We're just going to do a nice casual one for today. We have full buffs. We are doing W Corp only. You know, we'll run charge. Alright, things that we want to take that we know we're not going to be able to go to. Let's grab the transistor. Let's grab this, which is the crab wine, And we'll grab this. Yep, perfect. All right. Bing bong bang. It is like Fire Fist. It is like a it's pretty much the Fire Fist of the season. That's the best thing that's the best way I can describe it. This is pretty much Fire Fist. We have John Fire Fist, and his name, we don't actually know his name. Imagine if they released it with a thumb doer. Oh my god. Can you imagine what happened if Thumb Duo was still not out yet? Okay, obviously Yi Sang is going to be #1 in this one because he is the GOAT. We are putting all the W Corps in. Oh, we have the one W Corp that has to be out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these two must be eliminated. We always never bring Faust. So I think we bring Fao for this one. And I technically, yeah, well technically she's charged, so there you go.
정리 작업 시작합니다.
We will put Dawn in. She is very silly. Yoshu will be back up in case we ever need it. All right. Now we also want to make sure we glue. Oh, we have to envy res. Well, he heals with this. I don't even remember that. Thought it was charge count. I'm not. No, never mind. Boom.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
All charged up. I'll split you in half. Do you think the LCE Sang will die in the mirror world? I think it might be the same world as Grego. I don't think he'll die. I think it's separate mirror world. I don't think this is. I think it's kind of like Index Faust. Separate mirror world. Is Index Faust separate mirror world? I don't remember. But I want to say so. I think it's just a separate mirror world where there's some bullshit in the LCE. Alright, die. Yeah. Wow, look at that dimensional rift. Can't wait to see that. Darwin of Thorns, Greg. Okay, I actually do think there is a very high likelihood that what do you call it? Garden of Thorns does get 35. Kim Ji-hoon's mouth specifically said that he thinks a lot of the ego are underwhelming. So he wants, and he mentioned Garden of Thorns because he was talking about how in his team that he got, like the employee made a team for him. He didn't even put they didn't even put Garden of Thorns in there, and he was like, we need to make this shit better. What type of Abno is Love City? Oh, you talking about You Wish to Be Beat? You talking about the factory, whatever it's called? What would be the single season after this? I mean, I can see Dawn. Soda! At least Dawn, at least Soda. Oop. How do you use W Corp team? Where do you even begin? So the most important thing is charge. 2 out of the entire W Corp team actually use potency. This is Otis and then Heathcliff. So the thing about it is Otis is the team leader. Alright, she buffs the team by giving charge count and giving load. Heathcliff is a very selfish DPS. He's like the tank DPS, but he's like very greedy. W Corp Sang is like charge count. WM Assault is WM Assault. Hong Lu is like a support. He gives shield to his allies. Faust is the debuffer. She nerfs the enemy. And then Don Quixote is a pure DPS. So if you want to think of it like it's in roles, that's a good way to think about it. But the most important thing about running a W Corp team is just having charge. You need to have 10 charge. with a lot of the IDs. Dawn requires 10 charge. Heathcliff requires 10 charge. Otis requires, I think, more than 10 charge. Dawn especially needs 10 charge. What does Masot do? Technically, he's a debuffer. Technically. Technically, I guess. To be honest with you, he does like slash fragility and you know, he is fast. Like he does defense hold down and flash fragility, but like he is the debuffer. I'm giving a big technically here. He is not technically. I mean technically. He does in fact debuff the enemy. What do I think about LCCB Ishmael? She's cute. He wins. That's true. He's the win con. If you tell him to slime out an enemy, he will slime him out. No, Ryoshu and Otis? No, Otis is here. Ryoshu is okay, so in this, I have the reason I have Ryoshu in the backup is strictly because we're running Charge Rupture. Everyone here is Charge Rupture except for Faust. And the only reason Faust is here is because she's very cute. So, yeah. Oh. There's a lot of things we can do Threadspin 5. I think the best thing that Garden of Thorns Threadspin 5 could get. I don't think you need to change the effects. Like, I think the skill, like the effects from Garden of Thorns, I think are perfect. It heals. It gives massive power up and damage up if you res it. I think, and I think a lot of people agree, make it ego, like make it sinless. Or make it so that it changes its sin affinity depending on the highest res. Highest A res. I think you do that. Because I think if you do that, you solve at least 40% of the problems with Garden of Thorns. The whole thing about Garden of Thorns, it's the most is it the most expensive WoW in the game? It's 14 resources. And the passive needs to change, yeah. Passive needs to change too. Pretty sure it's the most expensive one in the game with 12. Well, not in the game, but it's definitely it's very fucking expensive. It is? Okay. So what it does is it heals and it gives you buffs, big buffs depending on the resin. I would make Lamp OP. It's already OP. You already do it with Lamp. Also, technically, Garden of Thorns gets buffed every time there is a new deployed unit on the field. Right? Because the more identities are on the field, that means there's more people to, you know, resin with. But yeah, the passive is just the tier 1 ego gift, which is the Rupture ego gift. No one really cares about that. It's nichely useful if you're running like actual Rupture, like you're trying to inflict Rupture on the enemy. It is actually nichely useful. The reason, well, I do extreme yes. The reason that it's nichely useful is because as the game code works, you can't have potency without count. So if you think about it, Garden of Thorns inflicting the enemy with potency at like combat start or when the turn starts is essentially also inflicting them with 1 count. And you need that to build like, you know, count. So if you think of it like that, technically, but you're stretching a fucking line. Ah, here it is. This is it. This is literally what the passive is, by the way. This is literally what the passive is. Oh, grab this. Grab this. It's funny how it's used in the middle. I think it's great. I like that it's used in the middle. I think it's funny that it's used in the middle. Oh, and defib. We got a lot of things here. I think we can get a fuse. No fusion. Here one maybe. Ah. Maybe, yeah, honestly, I think if it actually did consume less resources on the first view, that would be good. I'm the best? Thank you. I don't think so, but thank you. I appreciate your kind words. It's tied with Contempt Ore. So yeah, but the thing is, Contempt Ore actually gives you resources. So you kind of make it back with it. Do I have it? Do I have it here? Here you go. Yeah, I have it here, so I can show it off. As you can see, highest resin attack weight, apply corresponding sin affinity, damage up, and power up. Now this is very goated. As you can see, at a 6+ a resin, which is what you want, you get the above effects this turn and next turn. So you get 2 power up and 2 damage up. Or is it 2 damage up and 2 power up? No, you get 2 power up, 2 sin power up, and 2 damage up. Which is, you know, power up is 2 final power and then 2 damage. That's 20% damage. So theoretically, you know, you get it's if you're running resin, that's fucking goated, right? Which is like the whole point. Problem is, it's very, you know, it's a lust, so you're not really gonna get that resin. Soup good. I will take the soup, thank you. Also, it has a great heal. So as you can see, like the heal is great. You know, 22% of their max HP is pretty goated, but the passive is, well, yikes. Honestly, I don't even mind this passive if they did this when activating Absolute Resonance. Honestly, if they made this count, this would be OP as fuck. Deadass, I think if they did turn start, inflict rupture on potency on every enemy, whatever. When activating Absolute Resonance, inflict 2 rupture count on all enemies at combat start. Whoa. Hold up. That would be see, that's worth 14 fucking resources, you know what I'm saying? For a passive. Imagine every A-res you can inflict 2 rupture count per turn. That would be fucking good. I honestly think that would, I don't think anyone would have an issue with it if that was the passive. I think the cost, the passive has to be worth the cost. Like if they're gonna buff the passive like they did the uptype 5, the 5 4, excuse me, fourth match flame, then I think that's fair. You know what I mean? Hey, apple. Apple time. Up, 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 up. Bam, bam. Hi, I am new. Is the new one worth playing? We don't know yet. We don't know. It's not out yet. We only have a teaser for it. We have no information, so I cannot give you anything. Any info on it. The only info I can give you is on the current Walpurgis, which, as a new player, I always recommend just pulling on Walpurgis if you're in it. Pain Spin is mainly for the passive. It's everything, but the passive is definitely the most important thing. Like, for instance, I would say that the passive for Fourth Match Flame is not as important as the new effect that he gets. His charge good. I mean, there's a lot of charge options. Some of them are all Purgus options. Some of them are from this season, aka Gregor. That passes until Kano 5. Oh no! How do you get that? How do you end up? How does that happen? Ooh, Tango Marinade. I do see the. Okay, we're going here. I gotta get the rupture thing. So charge is going through a little bit of a shift. Specifically ever since they introduced potency. I am going to say, with my whole heart, that every charge potency identity that has been released has been pretty great. The thing is, it's like charge potency has definitely made the charge identities better, because all of them are very wonk. Like, dude, those reindeer, dude, do not sleep on those reindeer, bro. Take the soup. I'm sorry. I'll get the soup next. The thing about charge as well, it's like potent. They just rely on the The charge is very reliant on just making you stronger. Like, there's not really a pretty effect to it. AEDD Gregor is the biggest thing that charge has gotten recently, which is very good. What raises charge? Envy. Envy or Gloom? Do the ring count charge? Yes. Specifically, Ring Lu and Ring Foul. They're both. They're mixed between Envy and Gloom. Also, I just got double chicken, which is very nice. Yeah. Yeah, charge is reliant on consuming charge, which also means you need to build charge to use charge. Bum bum. Bam bam. Over. Charge. Eventually we're going to be permanently the identities, which is very nice. Boom. It's kind of like poise, you know? Charge is kind of like poise. They're the only two keywords that you traditionally get as like a self buff. And what they do is they just make you better. Whereas poise obviously makes you do directly more damage. Charge does not, unless you fulfill a conditional. Is there a charge savior? Yeah, AEDD Gregor. It is widely said that AEDD Gregor is the best charge unit in the game currently. Well, second to Love and Hate Dawn. I still think Queen of Hatred Dawn is the best charge unit in the game. However, AEDD Gregor comes very close. Like, AEDD Gregor goes hella hard. Like, he is genuinely cracked. Like Hohenheim was not moving like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would argue that they go hand in hand. I'm pretty confident in saying that they do go hand in hand. Because, like, the thing is, it's like, fuck me. Like, Dawn has the best... They tie for having the best charge game. I've got Red Eye's Pendants. I would say Red Eye's Pendants is behind them. Because she is also just kind of fucking goated. But she's also kind of weird. I don't even consider her a charge identity, because obviously she has, like, the unique charge. 2 gigs of anyone? No. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm saying it with the pure argument of, like, who do you think is, like, the charge king, right, or queen in this instance. And I would say, like, definitely those two are the top contenders. Or, like, who you want on your team. Now, obviously, one of them's a Walpurgis identity, so you don't have access to them all the time, and then the other one is a seasonal, so you will lose access to that after the season. Would be unique charge and normal rupture? No, he'll probably be charge, normal charge, because the ego consumes charge count. He might have the unique rupture. Who knows? Hold on. There we go. Queenie with ego. I mean, Queenie with ego is even better. Yeah. She was built around you having the ego in mind to make her even more powerful, so that makes sense. Any more fusions? Oh, that is not. Oh, that is not it. No. Price in between W Corp and Red Eyes for Yoshi. Red Eyes. W Corp is probably faster out of the box. And she's still amazing. Don't get me wrong. She is. It was in the shop. Well, oh. Thank you, chat. Thank you, guys. See, this is why I have you guys here. Sorry, I didn't see it. I was blind. Oop.
전투 시작합니다.
But as I was saying, like W Corp is right out of the box with the Ryoshu because you don't need anything. You just need 10 charge and then boom, she does. Actually, you don't even need 10 with her. I think you need 7 to 10, and she just explodes. Whereas Red Eyes wants you to build up with her, and the build up is both supportive and defensive. She does heal SP. She does heal people, but she also does a lot of fucking damage. So, but she's slower to build up. And when I mean slow, I mean like 1 or 2 turns. What floor is this? 2.
자, 이번은 이쪽으로 모으고.
Up, up, up. Up, up. Could be Tremor Bleed. I can see that. Considering N Corp are also Tremor Bleed. No envy on the charge? Yeah. I was thinking it would go to Honglu, to be honest with you. I thought it would go to Honglu because I thought they would care more about replacing the 2 stars than that. I was like,
승객을 정리합니다.
you know, Honglu only has a 2-star still, but no. Is there a lore reason to tell to not be indiscriminate? Dog mode. I don't know. Yeah, he has ring now, which is fair. But I was talking about like obviously with the ID with the ego, yeah. Also, you know, charge rupture. But he already has charge. I mean, it hasn't stopped Kim Ji-hoon before. You know it hasn't stopped them before. Tango Marinade. Alright, we need to go to... Speaking of... We need to find... a certain... magical girl. Or do we? We're gonna actually go fight Bongi again. I lied. We're actually gonna slime out Bongi. Because there's a juicy little reward in the shop. And I want it.
전투 시작합니다.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
제거합니다.
Ola Sinclair drip.
승객 무력 확인.
It's fine. He's just wearing like a little jacket with, you know, no shirt on. Fits the vibe that they're in. So I'm not particularly too disturbed or intrigued. It's just whatever. Oh, Gregor? No, we're doing strictly W Corp today. Strictly the W Corp. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And I'll see you in R2, buddy. That's gonna be a day. Yeah. Hooray. You know, it has been a while since we had the Bungie pack, as in since it first came out. It also has been a while since I've had World. That doesn't. Unfortunately, that didn't. We did not will anything into existence, unfortunately. Big rip-a-roni. But we got some more these dudes to beat up, which is fine. Pre-belongy flush. Maybe. I'm washed? I might be washed, yeah. That's alright. You know why? Because, everything washed comes out clean. There you go. So if you're saying I'm washed, It just means I'm fresh as hell.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Gives you the side. I mean, I got faith on floor 3. I still think that's pretty rigged. So far.
승객 무력화. 확인.
Bars. Yeah, I do be spitting bars.
끝났으니까.
충전기.
The philosopher. The rip spacer. The over driver.
자, 진정하세요.
Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Pom
제압
pom.
완료. 승객 보관 준비.
Alright, fight done. I don't know how to live.
목적지까지 가기 위하여.
Actually, big true. Big if true. Will I do the eyeglass?
방해물을
I probably could have. But I did not. I'm a little foolish. Where's Gregor? This is W Corp only. Which means, reminds me, I gotta go to W Corp. I am a vegetable. I am washed, so probably.
아하.
승객 무력화.
Bam, bam, bam. I think what Charge could need on top of what it already has is a charge blood fiend. A charge
제거합니다.
Prince Mersault. Where like he really like enhances the, you know, like Prince Mersault really enhances the La Mancha lands specifically. Like he inflicts a debuff that buffs them, he gives them more like blood fees, he gives them point power and stuff like that, like something like that, where like this charge identity just, you know, this charge identity does everything.
안전히 앉아 있어라.
Like a mixture of multi-crack and AEDD Gregor.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Charge Blood Fiend would be fine. That is true. Write that down.
단숨에
Yes, yes. Overcharge.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
Rip space.
승객 무력화. 확인. 승객 무력화.
Ah.
안전히 앉아 있어라.
Again, apologies chat if I'm very low energy. I am unwell. I am just taking a very low cortisol today, so I do apologize for that. I gotta drink a bit more water.
단숨에
A charge field. We do have the ego gift that does that, so maybe they could do something like that. Like, we have the ego that gives us charge blood feast, so that is always a possibility. I have a cold. I definitely have some sort of flu or something, yeah. Well, Zune, I thank you. I appreciate it. I will try my hardest. Scourge field. But if they have, if Yi Sang had Scourge field, that would be freaking hilarious, dude. Where are we again? We're just in. Well, that's some actually good. That's some good featured. Do you think W Sang will be power crept? I think that is probably an answer that could be possibly happening. I'm going to treat this more like Reindeer, Rodion, and Codion. You don't know, our Corp Rodion and, you know, Codion are both charge identities. Oh, they're both sinking identities. However, Codion obviously being the go to sinking. She's the queen of sinking. She is technically a charge identity because the Lobotomy Corp ego are, you know, charge, right? She is charged, but I would not really consider Codion a charge unit. myself. I would say that she is a sinking unit, and she has always been a sinking unit. However, that's Koryon. However, our Corporonion, I would actually consider to be a charge unit first, and then, you know, she inflicts sinking because she is a reindeer. In a terms of pure, like, chargeness, our Corp is a better charge unit than Koryon is, and Koryon's a better sinking unit overall than. This is probably the same thing here, where I would say that W Corp is probably a better rupture inflictor overall, like a rupture unit overall, including the ego, and then the Dimension Shredder is probably going to be a better charge unit overall. Like, W Yusang does not really benefit from charge. His charge just makes him do more rupture and gives him conditionals. So this W Corp is going to give him damage. Conditionals is going to give him coin power. It's going to give him more effects if he has charge or if he consumes charge, right? It's going to give him more damage. So he will most likely be... No, he's going to be more of a charge ID first. However, I do think he will have the unique Dimension Shredder effect. Because kind of how, like, like Butler, Gregor, and
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Lamp share coin power, like the coin power up, I think they both are going to share the rupture up. How we could go talk about Lancet. Lancet is the strongest.
신속히 처리하자.
He's the strongest rupture inflictor in the game. I truly believe. But we'll see. It's the other. They're probably both going to be good in the same like thing. It'll really just depend on who you want and what you're looking for. It's probably going to be Pierce because I think Yisang's one is Pierce. How they do it in the Mirror World? It'll just be its own thing. Yeah, Wayward's probably going to be some sort of menace like that. It makes sense. I don't like how you can inflict a bazillion rupture potency with Yisang. Like, look at his skill 3, dude. Like, you do not see this skill 3 on, like, anything nowadays. Look at this. Inflict 3 rupture for every 5 charge count consumed by the skill, max 9. And then you literally inflict the Dimensional Rift. Wayward is Slash? Oh, that's true. Wait, is it Slash? I thought this was Pierce. No, his ego is Pierce. Hong loses Slash. And so is Otis's, but Yisang's is Pierce. So they might make his ID Pierce. They might make it Slash to compensate the Pierce. 9 rupture potency. Yeah, 9 rupture potency. And theoretically, 5 rupture count. Right? Oh no, this is the rupture, so this is 9 rupture, so it's 15 charge, which is also exactly here. If 15 charge is being consumed, inflict 3 rupture count. So you get the mono, you get the neutral charge, and then this technically gives you +2 at the end of the turn. So. What was I doing again? Oh right, we're gonna go to we're gonna go 90. Wow. 9009. Wow. There she is. It is ideal. It is very... Yeah, exactly. Probably almost seasonal. As I said, I think we're going to get 2 seasonals, including this Yisang, and 1 more. And one standard. I think that makes the most sense. It's been delayed to Kano... It's been delayed to September. 1 month. Oh, look, Angela, here you go. Here's the soup. Just for you. So, it's been delayed by a month. Because they want to make it better. We got the Magical Girl. Ooh, we got NDA as well. And I'll buy this. Why does Ryoshi get 10 SP in the Queenie event? Doesn't it? Don't you get SP for that event? I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention to it. Get rid of this. Movie the seasonal? Dawn technically is missing a seasonal. Theoretically, Dawn Quixote. Dawn Quixote is the missing link. Hmm. Who knows? Hop. There we go. Yeah, nice rose going. Wait, is there anything I'm missing? Technically, I'm missing all of this, but it is what it is. Anyone with envy? Oh.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠소.
That would explain it. That would explain it. Wow. Ba-bam-bam-bam. Bam, bam, bam. Wow. I love the song. Da, 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 da. We're gonna get this as a jukebox, by the way. You can make this your main menu theme, by the way, if you're a psychopath. There's also missing it? Okay. Dude, imagine making this your main menu. Every time you boot the game up, imagine this is this.
약점 파괴.
사랑과 magical go. Here comes magical go. To ruin your pulls. Oh, please don't ruin my pulls. I'm ruining your pulls. No.
암호 시동 체크.
Alright, jump ass. High cortisol gameplay. Nice. Owie zowie. Yeah, you gotta put Queen of Hatred in the Cinepool and then play the fucking trumpet too. That would be fire, actually. This would be funny.
제압 완료. 승객 보건 준비.
Honestly, I agree, because think about it. Third trumpet is actually high-key more chill than the second trumpet. Because it's already over. Like, you're doomed, right? So it's like... Oh, da, da, da. You know? There's nothing left. There's nothing there. Will he be found dead? I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to wait until we see what he does. I think he's going to be more charge relevant, which will definitely give him an edge over W Sang in that way. But we don't know. It's like a solemn lament.
충전 기능 점검.
How did I feel about Deltarune Chapter 5? I liked Deltarune Chapter 5. But I'm not afraid to admit that I think I liked Deltarune Chapter 4 more.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료.
Chapter 4 for me was my favorite. And it still is my favorite. I said if I had to rank the Deltarune chapter, if I had to rank Chapter 5, I would give Chapter 5 an 8.5 out of 10. If I had to give Chapter 4 a rating, I would give it a 9 out of 10. There were a few things in Chapter 5 that annoyed me. Some of them were skill issues, but there were a few things that I would have liked to see more of. Number one, fuck those enemies. Those enemies sucked. I don't think I enjoyed... The only enemies I enjoyed, I think, were the bosses. And specifically that tree. Fuck that tree fight. I hated that tree fight. Have I done another route? No. Second thing, Mew Mew carries the whole... Mew Mew carries all the rating. I like Mew Mew aesthetically. Very aesthetically. I like Mew Mew aesthetically. I like her design aesthetically. I like her story. Her fight... The Korko... Okay, the Korko... No, the Korko is the best enemy in the game. But they're not really that memorable. The other enemies were not really that memorable. The core calls were great. Mew Mew had a great everything. Her fight was okay. It was definitely hype moment and aura. It was definitely hype moment. However, the bomb face sucked ass. When they talk about delays, Kim Ji-hoon had a live stream where he talked about it there. So Mew Mew, her fight was fun, except for the bomb phase. And there was a lot of bomb phases. So... Also, I will say, I wish we saw more of Omega Flowery. I'm a little sad that he kind of got cutscene diffed with the Omega form. I would have liked to see a little bit more of a fight. That's about it, really. There's some more stuff, but we're not gonna derail the. This is not a Delta intro. This is a Limbus company. And what's talking about Limbus company? Kano 10, the new identity. Good luck. The cutscene claimed another. But yeah, like Kano 10, guys, if you don't know, Kano 10 is getting delayed to a month. Yeah, as a note, I will not be doing the weird route I will not be doing the weird route. Because I'm not really interested in doing that. Getting delayed? Yeah, Kano 10 is being delayed. By a month. So 1 month of delay. I guess I'll take this, and I'll take this. Odds brutality. We do not care. More sharding? Yeah, pretty much more sharding, which is very good. Ooh. Let's go fight a Blood Fiend, and then we're gonna get W Corp pack. We will not see it on August? No, we are going to be seeing it in September. So 1 month. Which means we get 2 more weeks of non-content besides R2. Once R2 comes out, that'll be the last content we get. I was going to say, I actually might have an idea. I might be able to do the fresh account with this delay, which is quite funny. Is there a possibility that this new one could have bleed? Probably not, because this is based off the Wayward Passenger. And the Wayward Passenger, in every iteration it has had, is a charge rupture. Delay it more. That lead is being pushed back. Now, he has said that he is unsure of like what he wants to do, but he's pretty adamant. And the fact that we got this seasonal is pretty, yeah, this is gonna be, yeah, so this was already the longest season, by the way. So, obviously, guys, the season has lasted 7 months. Okay, because if it ends in August, right, beginning of August, it started in, obviously, December 31st, which is January 1st, right? So, December 31st, it has been gone for 7 months. Now, it's going to go 8 months, which is the longest season. It was already the longest season by a month last time. So now it's the longest by 2 months. They're locking in. Oh yeah, they are. Like, as I've said, Kim Ji-hoon has said that, like, look, he is not very confident with promises, right? Like, when Kano 9 was being worked on, this dude was stressing. He was like, I will prostrate myself, I'll make apologies, I'll beg for forgiveness, I'll make a live stream and do all of that. So he was like not confident for that. And Kano 10 comes around. He said I'm gonna delay it, not because we need the time, but because I want to add more to it. He's like, He's like, I think that's the right idea. I'm gonna do it. You have to trust me on this. I was like, all right, shit, bro. Yeah, okay. You're never this confident.
신속히 처리하죠.
Are these be 8 months longer or shorter? It's never gonna be short again. No. The seasons are gonna get longer. There's more stuff being added. There's really no downside for a shorter season. Shorter season means less stuff. I think 6 to 7 months is pretty perfect for a season. 7 to 8 is like 8 is probably the longest I would say you ever go. Because 8 months, obviously, that's, you know, a season every year and a quarter, pretty much. Can I be Korean? I cannot. There's still hope for the mannequin. True.
공간을 뭉갠다.
I am so proud. I'm just saying numbers, man.
동강 내주기. 하! 끝났으니까.
Up.
목적지까지 가기 위하여.
How it might work? Probably like a charge identity. Probably gains charge count, gets potency, consumes it, gets rupture, inflicts the dimension rift, probably most likely. Inflicts some sort of dimension rift.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Integrated alt path. Yes. Bum, 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 ba, da, da, da. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Do 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 do.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
Do 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 do. I love this music, man. Alright, let's have the checkpoint.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
자, 진정하세요.
쉬시게. 모을 필요는 없겠군요.
Might have unique rupture. He's definitely gonna have unique rupture.
핫.
Sorry, chat. I'm just checking my phone. Alright, got an email. It was spam. You hate spam, dude. God. Man, dude, I swear to God, sometimes you just be chilling. You get like a message, email, and you're like, oh, I wonder what this is. And it's like spam. And you're like, let me get up.
얌전히 앉아 있어.
No, I'm checking my phone.
끝났으니까.
Don't joke about me falling asleep. You know that pisses me off. Spamton. Spam tastes fine. The spam the food is, there's no issue with spam the food. I'm talking about my phone.
자, 2번은 이쪽으로 모으고.
Just find it. Yeah, it's ramping. It's happening a lot lately with the emails. All right, we're only on level 5. Man, time flies with Jimmy fun.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠소.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Win rate.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
It's in the name, so I should win. And we should get a Capote identity. That would be cool. Oh my god, I lost to that. The win rate made me lose? Nani? Oh, never mind. I forgot I have coin power. I forgot I gave him brutality, so he actually kind of has hands. I do have to lock in a little bit. Now this is directed game. Yeah, when I get to the spiral, if I have all wrath, I'm gonna win rate and then go up when I lose. Why am I not bringing ADD? This is strictly W Corp run. So I'm doing W Corp only. That's why I'm not bringing ADD. I see how it gets upscaled. True, actually. Win rate loses. Oh my god. Yeah, there we go. It's almost been 2 dominating clashes. Well, I got a warp? Yeah, I got a warp.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
He does roll high. He has brutality as well. Yeah, and we have the dim shred for the obviously the new and exciting. As some of rupture gain offensive. Yeah, we'll take this. These actually might be good. Oh, this isn't Sora in disguise? No, this is not Sora. Obviously, Sora was the one who wore it, but this is not a Sora identity. This is strictly going to be, kind of like Fire Fist. It'll be like an LCE, you know, Mirror World, like a different identity from the Mirror World. It could be from the Mirror World. No, it can't be from Gregor or AEDD Gregor, because Yi-Sang is born in that. So it is most definitely going to be Eevee. Ooh. Very nice. Ooh, very nice. I hope he screams like a fire fist. I also hope he screams like a fire fist. A little upgrading, why not? Okay, missing a rupture fusion. Oh, well, thank you, Sora. Sora.
요, 은하 씨.
Not sure if you've gotten this question yet, but what's your opinion on how it seems to be going, where we get IDs and egos seem to buff the ID, and do you think it's a better alternative to up to 5?
Yo, first of all, thank you so much for the support, I appreciate it. Second, not sure if you've gotten this question yet, but what's your opinion on how it seems to be going, where we get IDs and egos that seem to buff the ID, and do you think it is a better alternative than up to 5? I think if this is the way we're gonna go, I don't mind. Up to 5 is so Limbus has band-aid solution. Everything in Limbus is a band-aid solution, all right? Because that's just how the game. That's just how Kim Ji-hoon wants to handle power creep. Oh my god, we haven't had a barber fight in a
이
while.
정도는
He wants to handle it where things will eventually get worse over time. That's just how it is, right? Like, that's just what with ego being the exception. So ego is the exception to where it should be always useful at all times. So having ego buff identities that are old is kind of like putting them, I wouldn't even say bringing them up to like the time we're at, because I think it's a little bit, it's a weaker version of Uptype 5 because you're getting the ego. I think it more so patches up a few things about a character. Would I still like Uptype 5? I think there are some characters that could use an Uptype 5. I think there are just some identities or kits that are just a product of the time, and you can't really band-aid it. The thing that you can band-aid are things that are like salvageable, right? Like for example, you have like Magic Bullet Otis. Like there's nothing wrong with Magic Bullet Otis.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
But the Magic Bullet ego does help her out a lot. There was nothing wrong with Soul Lament Yusung. But the Soul Lament identity dude really essentially buffed his Mirror Dungeon gameplay. Like that's all it did. Like and also his active passive is also very good too, but yeah, it's kind of like, I like it personally. I like it because I like having ego, and I think more ego is cool because that means more situation. I also would not mind if some characters got Threadspin 5. I'd like both, but I think if I had to choose, Threadspin 5 is not Threadspin 5. Uptype 5 is a very big commitment because you're essentially reworking an identity. I guess that's a way to put it, right? Uptype 5 would be like you're reworking an identity, where ego is more like you're band-aiding it. Right? And I don't mind the band-aid solutions because, for me, I think they are what they are. It's band-aids, right? Like, they just add a little touch to it, make it a little bit more, easier to use. I wouldn't even necessarily better. I'd just say easier to use. And I am not getting that W Corp. I gotta fetch them. Do I have the money for this? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. I will say, I think adding the egos makes it more unique.
목적지까지 가기
You know.
위하여.
Like, yeah, like the Mersault thing, it's a really big... The Mersault one, like the Blade Singer, the Blade Dancer, is really big. Because it really gives him that, like, that band-aid. Like, they didn't band-aid him, they put a gauze on him, you know what I'm saying?
얌전히 앉아 있어라.
Like, they gave him a whole ass new... They gave him surgery. But... Bamboo Hatted Kim was also a product of the time. Not because he was bad, but because they did not... He was the first original identity of that type. His skill 3 is a defensive skill. He has a very specific trigger that a lot of characters don't have. He has to lose clash and get hit. He was made before their idea of consistent keyword, you know, teams where the blade lineage is not like, they were never really like bleed, you know, only some of them would bleed poise or poise bleed, and now they're really doubling down on that for like Mirror Dungeon and also ego puffs and passives. So here's another thing that's really important, by the way. I know a lot of people can look at the passives of the ego and they go like, oh, it's a Mirror Dungeon buff. Technically, yes, it's always a Mirror Dungeon buff. But more importantly than being a Mirror Dungeon buff, it's actually a passive buff. Because if this identity counts as an identity that inflicts bleed and gains poise, then that means they benefit from support passives and ego passives that also require that status and keyword. Isn't there a law about it? I don't know anything about Korean law, so I can't confirm one.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
how they gave him a 5-star luxury treatment. Yeah. The thing is, I think it's good that they do that because of the support passive and egos. So now characters can benefit from egos and support passives they couldn't before.
차원 파동 장갑.
Altering content? I don't know. I don't know.
방해물을 제거.
But I also think it's kind of an impossible dream. Like, think about it. They could rework... First of all, they have over 180 identities in the game. And if you have to thread spin them... Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I'm still going too. I'm not gonna finish this. Because I want to talk about, like... Thread spinning is more work to... No. Uptie 5 is more work to do for a bigger result, but it's a temporary result, right? Because let's say you took Sun Shower Heathcliff. Okay, let's Uptie 5 Sun Shower Heathcliff. The thing about upties and thread spins is thread spins and upties are, and any identity or ego that comes out is always for the moment that it is, like the moment that it is here for, right? So let me explain. Ardor Blossom Faust ego was an ego made for Ardor Blossom, and it arrived during the LCB checkup event. So thematically it was appropriate, and then they obviously, you know, wanted to band-aid the solution with Ardor Blossom, where she would blow up instantaneously. But then, half the season later, they come out with a Walpurgis with another burn Faust, like a burn Faust Walpurgis. So it's like, okay, is Ardor Blossom useless? No, because now they know, right, that they need to keep that in mind, and then the Faust gives herself self-burn, and their self-burn, so she gets the benefits from the ego. Why is Dim Shred ID seasonal? So the reason it's seasonal is because the Kano 10 is being delayed by a month. So technically we still have 2 seasonal left and 1 standard. No, but what is exactly preventing them from overhauling kits? Kim Ji-hoon does not believe in doing it. He does not want... He does not believe that... He believes if something is at the level of where it came out, that is the strength that it should be at. He wants older identities to be eventually replaced with newer ones to signify growth of the story. Whether you agree with that or not is irrelevant, because that is what it is. He will eventually make an ID that replaces your identity in terms of pure mechanical, like story relevancy strength, right? And they're always designed at the time. Thread spin now uptying is to alleviate this issue a little bit. Obviously, everything should be playable, because what's the point if not everything is playable, right? Like, everything should be playable. However, there is a difference, because the Limbus company Limbus company has 2 sets of eras. You have season 1 to 2, which I would say is the you know, pre-modern era. And then I would say season 3 and above is the modern era. Okay? Anything before season 1 and 2 is fucking fair game. They did not know fully how to handle things. They did not have a kind of... You gotta understand, a lot of... When IDs come out nowadays, you can generally kind of see the scale. They always have like a certain number between X and Y. They all have a general like theming to them. You can kind of see the similarities. Back then, it was just whatever. Some were crazy, some were not. It wasn't until season 3 where they finally started to kind of clock down that format, that template that they would go back to, right? And Threadspin came out in Season 3. The reason that Threadspin is there is because it's trying to, you know, bring forth those identities before they had a template and bring them to light. However, there was another shift in recent times, and I would say toward the end of Season 5. I think end of Season 5 is where the other great shift happened. Honestly, it all starts with Fire Fist Gregor, bro. Because when Fire Fist Gregor came out, holy shit, he was a demon. Okay? Hell, I would even argue Manager of La Mancha Knight. Like, I'm gonna argue, I know people don't think Season 5 was that strong, but I'm gonna say Season 5 was pretty strong. So I'm gonna say probably Season 5 to Season onward. So Season 5 onward, right? Which was Kano 7 onward. I would argue is the transition to the newest era of Limbus Company, where, let's just say, they don't really care much about, like, don't get me wrong, they still care about power. Wild Hunt was crazy. I will agree that Wild Hunt was crazy, but Wild Hunter was the exception. I am there to say that Wild Hunt was the exception, not the standard at the time. But hit around Season 5 onward, and they start being a lot less strict with how things are. You know what I mean? They're strict in terms of, like, mechanics, but, like, they're less strict on how strong something is. Obviously, they're not trying to make the next Malphite. They did that already. But they're not afraid to let things be strong now and let things that deserve to get glazed be glazed. Yeah, Wild Hunt is viable, don't get me wrong. He is amazing. He is the exception of the season, though. I would definitely say that, because he's like, whew, goddamn. There was a shift, yeah. Where things that, you know, to raise the power level of the sinners. And I think it's a good shift, because now you get things that people like, and they are more likely to be viable now than before. But here comes the problem. If you have the Threadspin 5, you have to Threadspin 5 everything to this level, which isn't bad, but it's a lot of work. That's kind of the big thing. It's not that it's a bad idea, it's a great idea. It's a lot of work. When Threadspin 4 came out, there was only like 70 identities in the game. There were not that many identities in the game. Now there's almost double that. And they're way more complicated than before. So it's like, shit. What do we do? You know? So what I think should happen is only Season 1 to 2 identities. I think they should do it in bulk. That's what I think. Yeah, also, Ego Threadspin is way cheaper than Threadspin 4 because you use shards, and shards are a lot more, you know, viable. But what I think is they should do it in bundles, like how they're doing Threadspin 5. Well, they'll come out and do, like, Season 0 identities, then they'll do, like, next season, they'll do Season 1 identities, then Season 2 identities. And honestly, I genuinely do think once you hit Season 3, you don't really need to give the Season 3 identities Threadspin 5. I don't think so. There's a lot of them that you don't really need. Maybe if you want to be like minor specific, but a lot of the identities have been buffed by being by getting team leaders, which is also another band-aid, by the way. The other band-aid is the team leader, right? We have that in, obviously, Bamboo Hade Kim. We have that in Liu Rodion. We have that in, like, Ring Honglu, AEDD Gregor, characters who are meant to, W Corp Otis, characters who are meant to be used in a thematic sense, Pequod Ishmael, to give everyone else in the tag better. Blind Obsession Threadspin will be a capstone? Yeah. So what I think is going to happen with the... I think, obviously, the seasonal identities are the exception. So I think what will happen is I can see the seasonal identities be given their ego is Threadspin 5'd, and then that might make them stronger. I think that could be good. Yeah, there are certain identities that I do think like Chef Breger. The thing is, I don't think they care about 2 stars. Because in their eyes, why would they care about a 2-star? They don't make 2 stars anymore. So they might do the 3 stars only and just ignore the 2 stars. Because they're like, well, why are we caring about a 2-star? A 2-star is like it's supposed to be worse than the 3-star.
자, 2번은 이쪽으로 모으고
So I did have the idea that they could only give Threadspin 5 to 2 stars and make them turn into 3 stars.
제압 완료. 승객 복원 중.
So we should have 2 additional IDs? I believe so, yes. Including this one. So 1 more after this and then a standard. I think you want to get rid of 2 stars? Sure. Why not? Well, why don't we introduce a way to make all the 2 stars turn into 3 stars and maybe not make them as powerful as they are nowadays, but make them a little bit better to compensate for the fact that they are a 3-star now. Right? Because I think that would be pretty cool. Because if everyone's super, no one is. Any idea who it could be? Well, considering this is Yi Song, it could be Doug. A lot of people say Mersol or Dawn because they only have the lost amount. It could be an ego. Well, it can't be a seasonal ego, but we might get a standard ego. Camera's tweaking up there a little bit.
방해물을 제거합니다.
Yeah, it's probably based off the employee that was fragged, yes. Because they were an agent. They just got slimed out by a proxy. He hasn't had a seasonal ID at all yet. He's had his event identity. That is fair. So Mersol could be getting a season, the last seasonal. Who knows? Curses, curses. Curses and curses indeed.
공간을 뭉갠다. 승객 무력 확인.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Index Mersol. I think Index would be a good idea. I can see that. I think if they were going to do a last seasonal, make it Index Mersol, put him with Faust. You know, Index Mersol, this Yi Song, and then a standard fare. Boom. What ID would I want to exist from the previous season? Ooh, great question. I think Mersol getting a syndicate would be getting an index would be the perfect one. What ID do I want from a different season? What do I want from a different season? Let's see. We have season 3, which was the lake. We have season 4, which is the manor. Season 5 is the blood fiends. I'm not gonna say Moses because Moses is cheating, but I would like to say I do think I would. I know I am like, obviously you guys know me. I like high show. Okay, I am John High Show. I love my high show. I do think if any character deserves to get, if any hierarch candidate deserves to get an identity, I think it's Jupan. Right? I think I've said it before. I think he does deserve to get an identity. He is more prevalent than the other ones. I don't care about the other family hierarchs. They're not really that relevant. But he is the most relevant one because he is connected most to Honglu's story. I would like to get a Jupan identity. I think that would be cool. It also would be a talisman upscale. which we could use.
간단하죠.
So, who would be getting it? It would either be Mersol or Dawn.
차원 파동 장갑.
Mersol, Dawn, or Sinclair.
충전 완료.
I would like to say Sinclair gets it for the you know, talisman replacement, but it'd probably be Dawn because she has the ego.
방해물을 제거합니다.
That's the Jupan is the yeah, he's the one that does what? The zombie guy.
얌전히 앉아 있어라.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Like, I think he is the most important hierarchy candidate that isn't Jikuan. Did I get the tier 4? No, I fused it already. I fused it already. I'm speed, I've already fused it. Wow. Hello, Ariel.
얌전히 앉아 있어라.
Aside from the index, what is there to give a sinner as an ID? That's the seasonal?
낯으니까.
I mean, Wayfarer Corp, I guess. Could be seasonal. We do have the Wayfarer identity. The Wayfarer guy, I don't remember his name. John Asshole. More Ujat. I think I also said another Ujat would be cool. G1.
얌전히 앉아 있어라.
But the bolus version. Yeah, I don't know how they would do the bolus version. Alan? We already have Alan. Rip. Rip space. Rip indeed.
차원 파동 장갑. 충전 완료.
Who's Alan? Alan is the Wayfarer guy. We have two. There are two Allens that exist. There's Alan and then
이상
Alan.
승객을 정리합니다.
We know he's got some sort of warp speed diff. You know. He's got some wibbly wobbly timey-wimey things going on with him that could prove useful. He sucks. He does. But it would be very funny if that was Sinclair's first identity, first charge identity. Yeah, backrooms martial arts. Straight from Kane Pixels, the backrooms.
다음은 어디요?
충전 기능 점검.
Dude, win rating on these guys suck because the win rate just does not like targeting them.
자, 이번은 이쪽으로 모으고
Alright, what am I expecting? Probably gonna be charge focused. Have some sort of potency, probably apply the dimension shred, debuff.
방해물을 제거합니다.
Is it next standard? The next one should be seasonal, and then standard is last. So we have this seasonal coming up. We should have one more, and then standard. We have this one, then we get one more, and then it'll be standard. Yeah. So it should go seasonal, which is this one, seasonal, next one, and then standard is the last one. So we get two more seasonals, including this. By the time the last... Excuse me, sorry. Apologies. Sorry, I gotta drink. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. What was I saying? Right.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Get upside 5 for Demonstrator? I don't think so. It's kind of like, we didn't get upside 5 for like AEDD Gregor, so I don't think we'll get a first 5 for it.
눈을 떼지 마. 한순간이라도 놓친다.
Like Fire
영원히
Fist.
방황할 테니.
I do think that could be useful.
눈을 떼지 마. 한순간이라도 놓친다. 영원히 방황할 테니.
We're down to only a few guys left. Yeah.
약점 파괴.
I think Distortion Detective. I think someone said that Distortion Detective might be saved for Walpurgis, but I don't know if that's true. Boy, and I don't remember. R2 could yes, Ego. R2 will be next week, most likely.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
I'm going to assume. I want Ezra. I also want Ezra. Let's be patient. Let's be strong. Patient. Soon, one day.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
What other? I like people suggesting the mannequin one because it's funny. Imagine just being a mannequin. That'd be so, like, ass. Boom, boom. Sounded memory. Oh, dude, I'm collecting all the memories right now. Shit. Might as well do it. Might as well. Oh, do I already have? Oh, I must have had it already. What tier 4s do I have? Okay, I'll do Trump. That is ancient effigy. Alright, Trump. Wait, am I stupid? Oh, right, I did buy it in the shop. Oh, I'm missing the pierced one. Okay. I did a silly. It's alright. I'll look for that. Bom, bom, bom. Yeah, 3? Oh, shit. Oops, I think I stuffed the fusion up. There we go. Hooray! Hooray! Early Lunar memory. How very nice. I had to consume the soup to become the soup. Hey, look, a rock. Hey, Rupture Rock. Alright. I think Ncorp will be safe with Hana 10.
차원 파동 장갑 충전 완료.
What if we got the first graders as an identity? The strongest first grade fixers against Manius.
충전 기능 전. 단숨에 정리.
Alright.
모을 필요는 없겠군.
Down. Wow.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Excuse me, sorry.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
I was thinking about pin frame, but I think it would make more sense if it was next season. It would kind of feel a bit of an asshole move to lock the N-Corp identity right before the N-Corp season. So you can say that, but they did the same thing with High Show, but High Show was different. Yeah, I'm drinking. Just jump one part. Go.
신속히 처리하죠.
공간을 제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
Very nice. You get interested in Navallo? I mean, honestly, why not? Although I don't think they've done that. No idea.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
Ray. Oh, no, go. There we go. Hey, a bench. That is gonna help. No full stop. One day. Excuse me, chat, sorry. Oh, sorry. Let me just drink. Oh, god damn, dude. Again, apologies that I'm very low energy today. I'm just trying to keep that low cortisol. Whew, fucking hell. It's hitting me like a brick fan, like a brick fan? Hitting me like a brick wall, man. Whew. Alright, we're locked in. Vendetta, it was Mersault. If Mersault decided to murder me, I couldn't do anything about it. The black lung from the mines. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I'm sorry. No, I do, because I have to, because it's like, you know, this is unprofessional. You guys deserve me coughing into your ear.
목적지까지 가기 위하여.
Feeling fucking, feel some freaking acid burps. Yeah. Those are not pleasant. All typed up.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압
We're all human.
자, 진정하세요.
Still, I don't want to have to do. You know, I don't want to have to fucking do that to you guys, but I have to. But it's alright. We'll just win right.
제거합니다.
And let him do the rest.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
God damn.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
So guys,
이분은 이쪽으로
let me know
보내고.
your RR2 predictions. What y'all think's gonna happen in RR2? Please soup. You think they're gonna fix everything? I said fix everything. If you were not here for RR2, all you need to know about it is that it was very brick wally. Like imagine a brick wall, and you had to fight like 12 brick walls, and you had to fight them like 12 times. More brick walls, true. Is actually quite useful. Well, they had Steve. They might.
간단하죠.
I don't know. I never really asked.
기차와 같이
Unemotional
달려나가겠어.
because it was really brick wally, kind of grindy. A lot of enemies were tanky, and this was back before when yeah, you didn't have like Rian or anything like that. So.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 점검.
They turning in 12 times was annoying.
온전히 앉아 있어라.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I personally didn't mind it, but I was playing it. I was playing RR2 before it got like replaced with Line 3, and equally, I was like 40 turns over the limit anyway. So, to me, I did not care about speed. I was just trying to survive. And tell you what, survive they freaking did, dude. Oh, what the hell? Dun, dun.
온전히 앉아 있어라.
그다지 유쾌하진 않군요.
Roll win rate.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 점검.
Give me a sec, chat. Give me a second. I gotta stand up. Whew. Gotta stand up for a second, man. Ah, damn. That hit me like a brick. That one was a brick. I'm good. I'm good. I promise I'm fine. We're gonna take a second to breathe here. Relock in the called body. Alright, so users stop listening. Ugh. So RR2 was very special because RR2 was very long, and also RR2
제거합니다.
was it was long and the type of mechanics in the fight that they were. So the thing with RR2
내 앞을 막을
is it
자는
was a loop,
없어.
right? So you had to fight the same things multiple times.
이쪽으로 모으고
But the way it worked is you unlocked the loop as it progressed. So first you would do node 1, then node 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was less like that. It was more like 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 6. And with that, the enemies would grow tankier and tankier, mechanically tankier through it. Now you did get buffs, but it was more like a mirror dungeon. You know, you get like little trials. And the enemies also got buffed, so they got stronger. Happening, I'm just unwell.
매뉴얼은 모두 직접 숙지시켰으니 당연한 결과다.
Okay, 1, 2. Shock centipede. Steam transport machine. Sun shower was a nightmare. Nice. There's the final rupture one. Now I just need the charge one. I think it's crafted. Oop. There we go. That is everything here. Will they rework all of them? Yeah, they're going to give them the RR1 Bokak treatment, where they're going to rework them. They're still going to be the same fights, but they're gonna probably give them up a little bit. Brains is rhinos. Oh no.
현상도 파악해두면 괜히
신속히
좋겠군.
처리하죠.
핫!
Yeah, Sunshower was crazy. That guy had like 10 protection, dude. That was a nightmare. And the IDs at the time were, as I said, it was in that transition period between season 2 and 3. And when I did it, right, I did the railway. It was at the end of season 3, so it was just when the new season was going to start, like 2 weeks or 3. So I played it right before then. So Steam Transport Machine, his gimmick was the cumulative time, and he had a really mean formula where he would get protection like so much, and you have to break the body, and then he would become ineffective. Yeah.
얌전히 앉아 있어라. 끝났으니까.
I missed the special one. I don't have the animated one, but it's okay. I do not mind at all. Go with this and this. So many options though. What else could there be? I probably should have done that bridle, should I have? Yeah, I probably should have done that bridle. Let's go back and find that. Ah, Floorwood. The dog. Boop.
매뉴얼은 모두 직접 숙지시켰으니 당연한 결과다.
Where are we going? What are we doing here?
간단하죠.
Guys, I might have to do an executive decision, and we might have to call this at floor 10. Because, as I said, I'm not feeling well, and it's starting to catch up on me now. I'm having to mute myself to mute my violent coughs, but we will see. I might have to pause the run for tomorrow, or finish it off tomorrow, or finish it. We'll see. See how I feel when we get there. Obviously, you know me. I would love to keep going. But I'm having to pause a lot to do those coughs, and they're not really sounding the best, so I think I do definitely need to. Have I played Arknights? So, fuck. Excuse me, I'm sorry. As I was saying, I think you guys appreciate it. It's fine, I'm fine. Guys, good news about Arknights. Arknights is actually getting released on PC in August. And I will play it when it comes on PC. Very simple as that. It's getting an official PC port in August, right before fucking Kano 10. So maybe that's why Kano 10's getting delayed. I think we found the real reason why Kano 10 is being delayed. You thought it was for quality purposes? No, no, no. That's because Kim Ji-hoon had a little inside, and he's like, okay, I gotta delay the focus now. They gotta delay Kano 10. What's going on? I'm talking about how Arknights got is getting PC support. And when it does get PC support, I will be hopping on, and we will play Arknights blind. Full blind Arknights. Okay. Oof. There we go. I think we get a delayed content. Actually, true. Will I play the Monster Hunter collab? Is it going to be out during the period of when we play Arknights? Because if so, that's where all my pools will go. I don't know anything. Stop everything. ProjectMoon is streaming. I don't think he is. Kim Ji-hoon will be streaming this Thursday though, chat. As a reminder. He said every Thursday he wants to do a stream, so we'll have to see what time he does on Thursday.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Alright. No wrath. Very good. Bong. Bong.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Dead. Hooray. One day. Never. And you know what? Just for that, I'm sliming out Gloppo. You did this. Come on! Get over here. Boop. Why? Because I'm sick. And I need an outlet.
됐지? 이런 건 신입 때 질리도록 해봤거든.
And he is very aerodynamic. Okay. good. False Halo. Oh, False Halo is really good. W Core Soul, we need that. Pretty decent so far. Alright, that's one. Excuse me. Excuse me. Suddenly one day, my Gloppo had changed. And then it cuts to him being like square instead of circular. There you go. Womp, 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 womp. Ah. There we go. I just realized that we're actually going to have immunity to Gloppo. That's it. Do you think the second smoke wall will happen in a story? I think something to do with Herman is going to win. I think part of her plan will win. What part of it has to do with the smoke war or the mirror world invasion? We know that she doesn't really care about the End Corp situation. She just wants to mess with the mirror.
정리 작업
The
시작합니다.
10 billion time skip. Considering the changes, the city changes so often.
방해물을
Do you
제거합니다.
truly know the city you live in?
공간을 뭉갠다.
Glop. Damn. God damn. Alright, that Glop.
단숨에
암호 시동 체크.
Sorry. Jump your ass. Jump your ass.
자 진정하세요. 아하.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Pop. Pop.
제압 완료. 승객 복원 준비.
Ding. 1, 2, 3. Wow, it's the power of friendship. All right. Ding. All right.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
아하.
동강 내주기.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Yeah. It's very chill. Not a good damage. All right, let's kill this statue. Ding, ding, ding. Boop.
아무 시동체.
One of my opinion, excluding Heathcliff, who's the best ward?
끝났으니까.
Probably. I know Otis is very slept on. I would say that Otis is really good, but I guess it's probably a contender between like Don Quixote, Ryoshu. Is it Don Quixote, Ryoshu, Otis, or Yusar? I like Otis. I think Otis definitely deserves the blaze. Fuck it, I'm not a weenie. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna let a fucking. Oh. You gonna let this shit stop me? Oh no. Shit. The only way I'm gonna stop is if I get invaded and die. I refuse, you hear me? Speaking of, I should probably get something to help with charge. Where we do fairy? Because that's charge or tremor. Yeah, that's a charge up skill. The rest of them fucking invading the ground or get invaded. They did not get invaded. Kalijanari! Wow, Don has nothing? Really? What the fuck? This is bullshit. Oh. And crits for me? Shouldn't have. Very nice. I do have nebulizer. Good luck. You too, good luck. I will be resting up tomorrow, chat, don't you worry. I'll be taking as much rest as I can, but it's usually one of those things where it takes a few days and then it, you know, takes a few days and then manifests a little bit. And then it lingers. Usually it's like the brunt of it for like 1 or 2 days. And then it's like the residue. And then the lingering, which is like... The lingering is the one that sucks. That lasts like 2 weeks. But that's alright, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna rest after. Oh shit, I see it. I saw a little bit of hopeless there, but I trust the... I trust the game. Valencina? Oh, hell no. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
공간을 뭉갠다. 승객 무력
Very nice. This will be very effective. We do have little memory now. Overcharge. His ass just blew up.
충전 기능 점검.
Nice. No. Damn. These guys got hands. Hey-ya. And that's gonna hit the head a little bit, just, you know, some more damage. 10 Philip. Oh, true. I could use some. I could use an egg tea. Do I think 4 keyword is possible? Not unless you're willing to sacrifice a lot of identities. So for a 4 keyword, you need to have 5 identities that share a triple. Yeah, I think that's enough already there.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Yeah. Five keyword. You can't even activate that. How do they do it? How are they believing the Bower? Seriously, how the hell do they do that?
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 복원 준비.
Alright. Now, the main man of the event. The Fairy of Long Legs. That's not long legs, it's a gentleman. Fairy of the Gentleman.
신속히 처리하죠.
He else is if you're actually to roll 90 on S3 to get poise. That is true. Poise is very goated. Does let you do that. Finn or the House of Spiders? I'm gonna say Finn. Kuju says he is very confident about Kano 10. Yes. Kuju said on live stream that he's very confident. He's gonna be potentially delaying it because he wants to add a little bit more glaze to it. Alright. Oop.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
It'll be another Dawn. I think we could get a seasonal assault, seasonal Dawn, and then a standard fair Dawn. Or standard fair, it's been a while. I guess the... Also, overdrive!
공간을 뭉갠다.
Okay, I am sick. I am not feeling well. I am sick. I am down with some sort of flu. It has drained my energy today and my my speech and my voice. That is why I'm like this. I apologize. But I will be resting and hopefully recover. Do we get more live streams? Yeah, we should be getting 1 live stream a week. Next one's Thursday.
아하.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
Consuming tremor count or charge. Very nice. Gotta take a break. I have to. I was gonna say fuck it and keep going, but I think we're gonna have to take a break. What's the best hitting gift in my opinion? It's definitely Valencina's hitting gift. Valencina, and then Rien, and then probably Marius, and then the ring. However, if you're a middle team, obviously Marius is the best. If you're in a ring team, Callisto is the best. But I would say Valencina number 1, Rien number 2, and then the rest is whatever. Alright. Let's just enter the fee pack and have the fee murder me. Alright, we're gonna have the fee there. We're gonna just put a pause there for now. Maybe I'll finish the run tomorrow, I think. We'll do a W Corp. We'll finish the W Corp tomorrow. I'll save this. Sorry, guys. I know it's a little bit earlier than usual. But I am not feeling it. Not feeling it. I'm feeling something. So, I hope you guys, obviously more news about the Dimension Shred identity will be revealed on Friday. We're most likely also going to be getting, I think we'll be getting RR2 Bokak on Friday. And and this Thursday, we're probably going to get Kim Ji-hoon stream, and we're going to get a, jukebox. So, I'll let you all know then tomorrow. You guys take care, alright? Thank you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining. Again, I'm very sorry that we're ending it a little earlier than usual, and I'm very sorry that I was a bit low energy today just because of the sickness, but I will rest my best, and I'll try to not be sick next time we talk. Okay, you guys have a good one. Have a, you all have a good one. Take care. Alright, bye-bye, everyone.